Good morning, everybody. Good morning. It's morning. It's morning. It's a Thursday morning. So, yep. We're going to work on buildings today because we need some. Why did restream fire off the it's time for another amazing stream thing? Oh, am I just going the wrong direction? Going the wrong direction. That's why. Like, why would you do that? Oh, right here. Hello there, Brent. We're going to hit up Midjourney and see what Midjourney comes up with on building designs. Exactly. Jerks making you actually work for a living. So rude. So, how are we doing this morning? Hmm. Okay. I've lost everything I was doing. That's confusing, guys. Very confusing. Oh, that's cool. I liked it. It was good. But I mean, I've already decided that I'm probably not the world's best person to do that with, you know. Because I seem to always come up with like, oh, I think these are awesome, and everybody's like, oh, I hated it. It was stupid. So, you know, take my work or take my thought with a grain of salt. But I liked it. So, Yeah, dry can. Pixar didn't happen. Good morning. Kind of like these. These are good. I'm letting kind of Mid-Journey poke around and see what it comes up with. Give me some ideas of some building stuff. So we've come up with a couple of these, which are interesting. Like this group, that's kind of cool. Really like the retro 60s car here. Not sure about the retro 60s dog though. It's all right. It's not what I'm after anyway. I think the second set though has got some very interesting buildings in it. Like these guys are kind of wild. I'm not sure what these guys are supposed to be doing, but I like them. Kind of like the lighthouse effect from this kind of building here. These buildings are closer to what I'm looking for. Like right here, I like these guys. So maybe what I'm going to do is say, use the same prompt, and then instead say, fire it off with houses. Instead, I'm just going to make a big document to store all these guys. This is a good use of Mid-Journey, in my opinion, because I'm not going to use these. I'm going to use ideas like these, you know? Right? It's all philosophic. You back home, Donald? Kind of like these buildings too. I really kind of like this one that just came up. I'm going to take this one real quick. So I'm asking for it to do 60s retro because I really like 60s retro style. And we are going to be, that will be our era, our target era in the 60s retro space style because I like it. And as many times we have said on here, It's usually just about what I like. So there. It comes to design and stuff like that. It's like, why is this the design? Because I want it to be. You know, it's like it doesn't really have any other reason. I just like it. And since it's my story, people can just jump off a cliff. I don't like it. Donald says it's art is subjective. And the subject of the art is me. So there. Anyway. All right. Gonna bring that in. Okay. Now we have sort of a nice little like design palette going here. Gives me some things to think about. I love this right here. This design is kind of wicked. I mean, like, of all of the buildings, I really love the yeah. So like looking at the designs here, I love this tilted glass piece like this. I'm not so sure I like the dome piece on top as much, but like it's the same repeated thing here, this tilted glass piece. And I mean, like the building sitting on top here is kind of fascinating too. You know, just kind of looking at it. Like these are kind of stranger. I don't know. I don't know if I like those as much. And these are cool, but I'm really liking this design right here. How about it? It's still there. Up in Genesee. Kind of trying to figure out what we were talking about on that one. Yeah. Now all of a sudden I'm getting a lot of information No. No, Ken, I'm not answering your question. So, all right, we're going to select you and select you and put in a face. Zorp. We'll do the same thing on the other side, but if you want your normals to be straight, you gotta spin it around and select face. Otherwise, it loses face. Right? Okay. People are really into talking to me today. Yes. There we go. We'll do the bottom on this. And a face. Let's just make sure that it's solid. It's watertight. It is. It is, but it's also Twitch and Twitter and Facebook. I don't think Discord shows the broadcast, though. Hang on. I probably need to... Yeah, I'll need to walk him through it. Hang on real quick. Andrew wants to watch the broadcast. And so I'm trying to lead him to it here. No, just GS Davis art, please. Yeah, I know you want scritches, but I'm doing stuff at the moment. There. I know you want scritches. Come here, though. Come here, you little pest. Or you big pest, the case may be. Come here, MB. Yeah, you can comment from the Discord channel, but you can't really watch. Right. And George is like, I want scritches right now. I know you're really busy with lots of people talking to you, but I need scritches right now because I'm a weird cat. All right. There we go. So now we've got a deck started. So I'm kind of building these decks here. I like them. They're cool, but what I really want to do is... No, it's actually for Andy from Red Team Go, who I'm hoping can make it over here. Andy, if you do make it over here onto my page, give me a tap or say something in the comments section. If you say something in the comments section, then I know you made it over here. And then I don't have to worry about it. Okay, you done? this mean you want to go do something else now? Instead of stick your butt in my face, could we not do the butt in the face thing? This is my life, you know. The first post. Every time I hold my phone, he goes, I want to scratch the phone. Scratch the phone. Can I scratch the phone? I need to scratch the phone. So I'm like trying to type, and he bump, bump, bump. He's such a goofball. All right, so I'm going to select the faces here is what I want to start doing. Is it Alt? Nope. Because we need railings, or at least the ability to put railings in. So this is where things get kind of weird, because what we're going to really do is hit extrude, and then I'm going to pull it all forward so that I know that I've got all of it far enough out that it's not going to crisscross. Because I'm going to need to take this side over here. Actually, what I'm going to do is this. There we go. Then I can take this guy and just push him back. Like, yeah, there are options. I figured that's probably true. There we go. So this way I've extended everything out one. I know you can't see me because all I really have is ears. I've just got ears. Hey, Pepper's here. Howdy, Pepper. How are you? Nothing is playing. Okay. Hang on. I got this. I don't know why I can't hear you. I think your microphone's off. I can hear you now.
Good morning.
Good morning. There. That should work. What are you doing? What are you looking at? I don't know. I don't know what he's doing. There we go. So George has decided that this is where he wishes to be. He wishes to be right here, right in front of me, because he knows that if he's right here, he gets scritches. That's what he knows. As a cat, this is a known thing.
Yeah, until you start talking about it.
Right? Then he has to leave. He's like, well, now I'm offended.
Mm-hmm.
So how are you doing this morning?
Really sluggish.
Yeah, me too.
Excuse me. I think Concrete has finally caught up with me.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering. Yeah, Concrete got you, huh? That's a bummer, actually.
Well, it was coupled with the fact that they decided to change my medications this week.
Oh, yeah.
And I just found out that my insurance rejected the new one, but the old one wasn't refilled. So now I have the withdrawals from that. I'm going through the withdrawal symptoms of the previous one.
Right. That makes sense.
So I'm not really looking forward to it. But
do.
hello, Fiona.
Hey there. We're doing all right. How are you today? Welcome to the show. Out on. Okay, wait, George. Whatever you're doing, don't. Okay. You're welcome. Welcome to the show. I'm working on buildings. I don't know what Pepper's working on this morning. So far, so good. I'm gonna make me the big one though, because you're just eating. There we go.
Yeah, I am kind of eating. I'm
Which
sorry.
is okay. You can eat. That's okay. So far the stream is pretty solid this morning. Looks like all's going well. Not 100% sure how my buildings are going so far. We'll see how that works. Nope. Extra camera. No. Get back to you.
Sorry, Brent.
All 4 ways out. All right. So the goal here is to make it so that I can bring up a wall if I needed to. Oh yeah, we're good. I appreciate it though. We are totally solid. We just haven't gotten around to it yet, but we will. We are not sure where our biggest crowd will be coming in from. So, but we appreciate it. All right. So now I've made a floor with the ability to put a wall around it. You too. Thanks for joining. Still don't see Andy out there. You seeing us, Andy?
Yeah.
Like I'm seeing transmission of us. So I don't know why Andy's not seeing it.
Are you talking like Facebook?
Yeah.
Mine does that too. It depends on your internet browser if you're watching from a computer.
Okay.
Because I know on my Mac, if I use Safari to view the show through Facebook, I'll get a blackout screen with just audio. But if I switch over to Chrome, I actually get the video and the audio together.
That's fair.
It's something about, like, I guess they did an update to Facebook, and apparently Internet Explorer and Safari, which are the generic defaults for the big 2 computer companies, no longer have like good access to the app. So
yeah, he's having a problem even if he just clicks on the video link. And he says he's looking at it on the phone. Which is weird. That's a good point. Okay, that's a good point. Stand by. You're right, everybody can access YouTube. Let's see what we got going on here. SpaceX go boom. And on my channel live. Let's see who's live. It's a lot of live that's and not. On my channel, that's what I'm looking for. Here we go. Okay. Yeah, this is your idea of muting? No. There we go. That should bring him in. Brent's over on YouTube. There we go. Let's see if that made it. You're trying to get a laptop for next year, you mean? Roving bands of aggressive UI developers. The hell? That's funny, actually. I think getting a laptop's awesome, Donald. Highly recommend. That's actually what my kid just said to me, too. He was like, I think I want a gaming laptop. And I'm like, okay, but they're expensive. You know, which of course leads to the inevitable, well, yeah, but I'm not paying for it, you know, which is the ongoing thing. I think the funniest part is that, like, all of us go through the same thing. Like, totally. All right. I am going to select the bottommost set of... should I open this up? Maybe I should open this bottom part up and then just retag it and reseal it. Then it'd be one unit. So the fewer surfaces that I have when I unwrap this to make a UV texture for it, the better off I am. So I'm actually kind of thinking maybe what I should do is build specialized units that work well together so we can do different things with the same shape. It's probably a better idea. Tell if Andy's fixed his problem or not. One of my streams is having connection problems. We've never really had good luck streaming in on the public group Quasar Art Collective. I don't actually think it's broadcasting out there. As a side note, not like I think it's actually that big of a problem, but you know. Okay, so I'm thinking what I'm going to do here is this is me like thinking really hard here. I'm like, I are choppy.
Is it me? Am I
Yeah,
calling it?
I am totally
causing the choppiness.
Yeah, look at me being choppy. Oh my gosh. Internet connection 2 of 10. You're not kidding. 3 of 10. I'm coming back from the dead. Slowly. My internet connection sucks. Oh man, I'm having real problems today.
The funny thing is you were coming in fine on mine.
I think that's because I'm connecting to the website okay. 4 of 10. I'm coming back slowly. I think I'm coming into restream okay, but I'm not sure if the restreamers are actually working like they're supposed to. 5 of 10. I can't tell whether Andy's here or not. We're up to 6 of 10. I'm at 60% stream. 70% stream.
Don't cross the streams.
Right. That's awesome. I don't know what's going on. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this. And this. And you guys. And then I'll leave this back piece open. And then I'll do E and raise it to like here. That'll give us like, because if I take one of these units, which looks kind of cool in and of itself, and then I copy and paste it. No, why would you paste a cube? Why would you paste a cube? I want to paste this. There we go. And then go to object mode. I should be able to do like stacked buildings like this. See, so now we've got it stacked, and we kind of 2 pieces of it that look kind of like that, right? And then back here, it's got kind of an interesting back part too. So we can use that for other things if we want. I feel like Andy probably went and got help, like asking his kiddo to help him. Which is exactly how I would deal with this problem. I'm getting to the point now where I've got to go find a teenager because, like, I can no longer operate the VCRs. So I'm like, where's a teenager now? I just need to give this to a teenager and say, help me. That's where I feel like I am in the world these days. It's a sad thing. There's an accident on I-70 West. Between Lowell and Sheridan. Okay, well, that's a thing. The Mandalorian just bungled a crucial plotline? Really? Huh.
I don't read those posts.
Yeah, it's in my, the thing that right. It's in my it's showing up on the bottom right corner of my screen with the the weather, which I actually like it giving me the weather, but it also just said accident in I-70, which I think is kind of cool in its own way because it's near us. It's Sheridan and Lowell. That's really close. So if you're heading out down I-70, watch out. There's an accident that just occurred. Um, oh yeah, they're all clickbait, but it's in the little, like, you bring it up on the left side here, and it talks about those things, and it's a thing. I've been trying to train my algorithm to stop being stupid and tell me only things that I find important. And I have to admit, I find Star Wars far more important than what's happening in our political arena today. So, I would much rather read a clickbaity article about the Mandalorian than some article about what Biden did today or what Trump did today. Far better things to do with my life. I choose my poison. Okay, we're going to delete you because actually I'm liking what that looks like from that point of view. And this is a simple enough object that I think we could probably make one of these and then do something with it. But we also can do another one of these. Actually, let's go ahead and do that. Let's copy paste. And this one then we'll do in reverse. No, actually, that's not what we want to do. There we go. What we should do is copy the skateboard. Then go back to object mode and then copy paste. And then this way, we can do the two different versions of this. Haha, look at me being smart. See? Then we go to edit mode. They're not the same object. Why are they? Because you selected both of them. That's why. We'll try to select that skateboard and then go to edit mode. There we go. Then this guy we can say will be here. Do this. Grab just the top pieces. Let's just grab the top pieces. So. And then we say extrude and bring that up one floor to there. And then we'll go to object mode, select this object, edit mode, and then we'll do the reverse, right? So you, and then just the outside one. After you undo that. That. Then we say extrude, and that gives us a balcony. Let me take these here. Ooh, side too. We say extrude the rest of the way. So now we've got both the enclosed version and a balcony version. So that can be used either way. Why is that? That looks like a double something going on here. That's why. Correct that. Make sure nobody else around the outside edge is selected. Now I did the same thing, extrude. So it added an extra vertex in there, which I wanted to make sure I got rid of. So now we can take you, using the same format, I'm able to do the same thing. No, it was a rapid unscheduled disassembly. Yes, that's exactly what they always call them in SpaceX. They still learned a ton from that launch.
Are you talking about the explosion?
Yeah. The RUD. There we go. So there. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. So now with this in object mode, we should have a balcony and an enclosed section. Probably should have selected a few more skateboards, but that's all right. Guessing Andy either went on to something else or he's here and lurking and I can't see him. That's okay. Both are fine. Whatever he needs to do. So we're going to take another one of these skateboards. Here, and we'll put it in edit mode. Hey. No better than that. Big capture. Stop doing that. Weirdo. Now he's like, what? Wait, hey, wait, what? This is what you get, man. We don't use those things as scratching posts. That's a good question. I didn't. I'm kind of glad you're here, Sarge, because I was going to ask you the same thing. Are you out at Lakewood today, or are you in Aurora? George is like, why me? Why me, says George. Why me? You're out in Aurora? That's kind of a haul. We could meet in the southwest, or southwest, at the southwest side. So I can go down and get you to kind of head over to the west side, and I'll head to the south side, and then we can meet somewhere in the middle. Does that sound good to you? Oh, okay, that's fair. If you like driving your Firebird, I won't argue that one at all. We can meet like Alameda and Wadsworth or so. There's a bunch of little restaurants there, like a Chipotle and okay, well, cool. How about just south of 6th and Wads? There's a place called Belmar. We can meet there, and rather than broadcast it, I'll just text it to you. If that sounds like a thing you would be willing to do. Sweet. That works for me, my friend. And I will text you the yeah, right. Yeah, so did Pepper.
What's up?
You used to live by Belmar as well.
Yeah, lived right behind it, actually.
Mm-hmm. That's why I picked it. It's just a place I know. All right. Get a nail in my tire. Curse Can's name because he's the one that got me, who cursed it in the first place. That's gonna happen, man. I am not messing with more nails in my tire. I'm not falling for no banana in the tailpipe. All right. Yeah, you did. You did. All right. So now I've got one that has sort of a courtyard in front of it. And then we'll go to the top. And we'll extrude that to be like a ramp. So that you can get up into this spot. Looks reasonably nominal. First things first, let's take and just take the faces out. Maybe even you too. All right. Select those points, select these points, go underneath it, create a new face. Okay, did not work like I want it to. Created weirdness. Just adding faces into this ramp. No more nails in my tire. I was gonna go to the junkyard and pick up a new tire at some point, but I haven't done it yet because we just got the car back. But I'm gonna go find me a junkyard that has a Jetta hanging out in there. I'm stealing a tire out of it. I'm not gonna steal it, but I'm gonna steal it by buying it. But you know, I'm gonna steal it and sound cool. I'm actually gonna buy it, but I'm gonna say I stole it so I sound cool.
Stealing's not cool. Are you a squirrel?
Right? Damn it. All right. I made myself that works. Why are both of these open and on? But I don't care really because it worked anyway. All right. Oh yeah, really? Whiteout conditions. That's wild. Oh, you had whiteout conditions. That's even weirder.
Well, I know, what was it, last Friday, people who drove up to attend um, the convention that we were at from the Springs had whiteout conditions
That's even weirder.
on on Friday.
That is wild. I mean, I absolutely believe that it occurred. It's wild. Yeah, right? That's sort of what I was thinking. It's like no snow, just rain. Weird. Do. All right.
people are voluntarily trying to drive their car on.
Brent is an idiot. You don't have to move.
You can wait a little bit. I give you permission.
Aren't I nice? I am totally magnanimous. Look at me.
I need to find Sarge. Then I'm going to text Sarge. That way. Which is what I was doing when I got sidetracked by the squirrel.
Somebody posted a video, and I was like, oh, they're driving that car on a flat tire. Oh, they're still driving that car on a flat tire. Wow. At this point in time, the rim is getting sanded down. And then they're like, we're going to turn this into a piece of art. And I'm like, voluntarily? Now I got to see this. You know what we could do? We could do all of this as one piece. If I was smart, I would have done this as one piece. Instead, I didn't. All right. Worked that out. Still don't know if the other Andy made it. It's your best.
Messages from Bill.
Just came to see if you were on stream.
Hey.
Yes, we're on stream.
Why would you do that?
Guy doesn't even realize that you're here yet, Bill.
It's because I've got a cat in my face.
Oh.
There we go. Dang it. It moved.
You know what? I don't know what it's doing. How you doing, Bill?
Doing good. I have a morning of meetings, so this is a meeting gap here.
Yeah. No, Sarge, Andy is from Red Team Go. He's one of our buddies from Red Team Go, and he was trying to get onto the stream, and I can't tell whether he made it or not. And so I was trying to guide him to the stream. So it was kind of... So it's just funny because your name is Andrew, and his name is Andrew, and neither one of you do I call you Andrew. My third friend who's named Andrew is the one I call Andrew. It is funny because that's just kind of entertaining in my world. So what kind of trouble are you getting into today, Bill?
Not too much. I'm apparently squeezing words out of my husband.
There
As
you
I
go.
start squeezing his shoulders, words start appearing on his document.
It's like fruit.
Hey. Since the beginning of me getting on, I went from 7,800 something odd words to 8,393 words. Okay?
And
My
That'll
hus-
do.
my husband is deciding to silence me.
I'm not complaining here. If you're getting work done, however it needs to get done, I'm good with it. As long as the work's getting done. Yeah. Clearly, George, however, must be in the center of this.
George, he's such a George. You're such a George. You are George, is what you are.
So there's that meme going around which is talking about cats, and it's like, your cat is, your fluffy boop snoodle and do, and like the next one, it's like, stop eating plastic, you monster. And I was like, that's George, who was over there eating plastic a little while ago, and I'm like, it's just gonna. Why are you doing that? Don't eat plastic. It's so weird. So somewhere in your system, I'm sure there's a whole bunch of plastic probably winding its way around some part of you, which will require surgery someday. So I am building buildings.
Did you see Pepper got his store up?
Do what?
Pepper got his store up online.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I posted on Facebook, on Twitter. No responses.
Somewhere I'm gonna have to figure out how to get a store working correctly.
We'll need to make like a QR code and like print it on a big poster board, put it behind the table. So if people are like, "You have a store?" It's like, "Yeah, just scan the thing right behind us."
This isn't a bad idea.
Mhm.
I like this idea. In fact, the more you say it, the more I like it. Or the more it just percolates through my brain, actually. The more I like
Mhm.
it. I was thinking of doing
more
another
products on
D&D with a different character. And maybe that's what the different character is holding, is the QR code.
Yep, good idea.
Right? See? Yep.
I think QR codes were always in like the periphery. They were never quite fully adopted until like COVID, and now it's like I think we're in the QR code age. Finally.
Right? Just gonna say that was an awesome picture of you.
All right, I need to get back to work.
Okay, see you later, Bill.
See you later.
George, you take great pictures, man. Just gonna say. Bye. All right.
I may have to cut out the show early. I have an appointment exactly at 11.
That's fine.
Uh,
We'll cry, but we'll get over it in time.
well, it's just a little bit. Like, I just can't be on stream at 11. It's a meeting over, like, videos. So I just need, like, 5 minutes beforehand.
Yar, that makes sense. Maybe I don't want to do this. I mean, I did like it the way it was. Okay. And I was saying I can come up with a good idea for making this one module. But then I thought about it and I was like, I really ought to first kill George. Stop eating plastic, you little beast. Okay. He's just determined to eat plastic. He really needs to eat. It's like, you don't really need to eat plastic. You really just, you don't. Oh well. Okay, I know what I'm doing. I'm going to take this guy, raise him straight up, go to edit mode, go like this, and we'll start. Then we can take you and delete the vertices. And that should just leave you and oh, just the face. You. All right. Which leaves this U-shaped thing. And we can do this, go like this, face, and this, and go like this, and get face. Then we'll have to do only 1/2 of this at a time, I think is what we'll have to do. There we go. And that should make that work just like that. Yep, there we go. Oh, see you later, Andrew. Except I meant to say see you later, Sarge, because you're not Andrew. Andrew's a different guy. See you later, Sarge. Names. I am not good with names. Names. Don't talk to me about names. All right. Now we'll go into Office, Object Mode. And we'll go to here. Settle that down. I know you don't mind, Sarge. It's me. I have the problems. And then we can set this right here. And then that can now be transparent or not. And I can make that work. Then I'll do the same thing with you. This is a multi-useful object. We'll go here.
Brent,
Pepper, do you have a YouTube channel?
I do have a YouTube channel. If you go, if I know you follow me on Instagram, I have a link tree with all of my channels. in my profile. I can double check right now. I just updated it last night. Yeah, my YouTube is linked, Twitter, Facebook, website, and Clover Patch on Webtoons is also linked there too.
That said, Brent, I do like the fact that you are highlighting our comics on these, by the way.
Gotcha. If you just search Pepper DeLuca, I believe on YouTube, I'm thinking I'm the only channel that's Pepper DeLuca. For YouTube, I mean. One of the things that Bill had me invest in basically made me own stocks in Starwood Properties.
Okay.
Which I don't know if anyone knows of them or not.
Mm-mm. That doesn't mean anything.
But Starwood has like a bunch of stuff that's popping up here in Colorado.
Uh-huh.
And they're driving pricing, rents, everything like really high for people. So I'm happy I finally have a seat to vote for that company.
There you go.
Because not everywhere is the same pricing and same economic market as California.
Right. This is sort of an ongoing problem.
Especially with companies that come from a different state that decide to invest in properties in another state.
Yeah. It does bother me, though, that people think that that's a political reason why California is so expensive, and it's not. It's California has always done a great job of pimping itself as the best place on earth. And so everybody moved there, which then ran the prices up. Then you end up where we are.
Well, it's kind of like Florida. I mean, me and Bill are from the most expensive area of Florida, so everyone thinks it's super expensive to live in Florida. But the more north you go, the less expensive it is.
And that's because nobody
So-
wants to live in Tallahassee.
Oh, no. Like, no one wants to live, like, near the Alabama border.
Right? Who wants to live near Alabama? You know?
No one wants to live on the cusp of Georgia. You know?
Yep. It's true.
But no, everything that's going on in Florida right now, I'm just trying to ignore it because the only time that I think I'll actually pay attention is if it affects me visiting my family.
Yep.
And as of right now, the only safe place for me and Bill, it seems to be Disney World.
Yeah, Disney World don't care.
Disney's fighting the local government there, which I find highly ironic.
Mm-hmm. So the Geek Tank crew is talking about Chelsea is offended that Elon Musk is not worried at all about the loss of Starship, the loss of the Starship and stuff like that, which just happened. She's like, why would you do that? And I'm like, it's called fail faster. It's a legit technique. And she's like, it's so wasteful. I'm like, yeah, but the Russians were doing it before and beat us to everything but the moon because of fail faster. And they're like, how many rockets did they lose? And I'm like, a lot. None of them were manned. I mean, they didn't blow up people intentionally.
No, they didn't. I think they only had a few animal ones.
Yeah, they only had a handful of animal ones.
Yeah.
Because they really just pretty much set it up. But that's also the reason why the Buran, which was their space shuttle, was unmanned.
Yeah.
It was because during all their fail faster period, they developed remote control.
Yeah.
Which we didn't. We never developed remote control until later in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
And it was all because they were failing faster.
To be honest, I think it's everyone that's putting pressure on space travel right now. It's mainly the people that just want to get off this planet. Sometimes I think that we originally came from Mars and Mars was dying and we didn't know what to do, so all of us just came from Mars and landed on Earth, and that's like basically what happened. That's on how human population started. But once we got here, all of our technology couldn't work because it was suited for Mars, not for Earth.
Right? I'm willing to.
Obviously, folks, I know that's not
that.
true. It's a good thought, though.
I'll buy it, man. Sounds good to me. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I belong in this zone of people who just really need to go to space. You know? Like, I have always just needed to go to space.
Yeah.
Some people need to climb Mount Everest. I need to go to space, you know? And I've had that drive all of my life, and I'm never going to really get there now. So instead, I'm going to write stories about it. You know what I mean? Like, that's where I am. And I'm kind of, resigned to that. Yeah. It's one of those things. I sure do love Altoids. Okay. Mm-mm. Because it'll do something very strange if I do it that way. Okay, now we're looking for sealed up and watertight, which is important when we export files. I don't know. Maybe I'll take this guy out. Vertices.
Sometimes I wonder about spell check.
I think sometimes spell check wonders about you as well.
Well, no, I know the difference between there, and there, right? And so I have a sentence, tried their best. It's supposed to be THEIR. For some unknown reason, though, they want me to change it to THEY
apostrophe
RE or THERE. That doesn't make sense.
They tried their best. There.
Yeah.
There. It fails the when you're supposed to apostrophe it and see if that works. They've tried. They are best. It doesn't even make sense. That's how you can totally tell it sucks.
I'm like, no, that's not right.
It's totally not right, people.
I'm talking about multiple people at the same time. So as a group, they're trying their best. And that's still THEIR.
It doesn't change anything. It's still that.
Yeah.
You are not wrong. All right. And that should give us all these internal faces. That works. Far less of a mess than it was before. Fewer. We've got That's how to make this work. I probably should just remove this stupid ramp. I'm actually aggravated about it. Because I just built that ramp and did a good job too. I'm not mad. All right. Now what we do, we go back into object mode. We select you because you're, and then we just copy and paste. We take that second one and move you down. Keep it on the first wall. All right, and line all of those edit mode dots up because they're all confused. All right, get that lined up. Get that lined up.
My reminder about our meeting.
Yeah, I was to say, about time for you to start pondering leaving
Seems
the
to
show.
always happen right when I get to the good part in writing.
Yeah, so I was thinking too. Also, a known problem for us. We don't like transitions. We don't do them well. All right. All the way to the back of the bus. We didn't line these guys up. There we go. I think I'll move this to the halfway point. Makes it easier for me to know where the halfway point is, or whether they're on target or not. If we stay, on a grid.
Right.
Weird.
I'm going to head off because now I'm getting a text message. So
Okay.
you really want me to make sure that I'm on point. All right.
See you at the later Devu, my friend. Bye-bye.
All right. Talk to you later. Bye.
And now it's just you guys and me. Move this up to here. So all I'm doing now is cleaning up the model. This is one of those things where in modeling, when you're doing the modeling work, you can do this one of a number of ways. One of the ways that I do it is I'm not very precise when I make the initial model, and then I correct my precision later on. And the reason I say that is because you could be much more precise building the model to begin with. Whoa. Don't do that. But I'm not, because I kind of like free-forming it, trying to see whether this looks good, whether this doesn't look good. This is something that works or not. So it's a little organic when I'm modeling the stuff to begin with. So I tend to not be very precise on the grounds that I'd rather. Ooh, you go a long way before you line up straight, don't you? There we go. There. So all I've done here is just line that window or that railing up so that it's well aligned with the bottom piece, but it's not aligned with the top there. Is it? It's not aligned with the top at all. So the next is to take these guys, go to object mode, take these guys and move them out of the way. Because I need to look from the top down, because we've got some misalignment here. Misalignment. That's this guy who needs to be right here. Because I had opened them up to make them adjust for the ramp that comes down. But in doing so, I pulled it off of the ring that comes around that front there. So what we'll do is we will make a ramp piece that affixes to the front, and that'll allow us to do a number of different kinds of things here. All right, so now what we've done is we've added the half wall to make it into a half wall veranda if we want to. And now what I'm going to do is add this piece right here. Go into edit mode and I'll move like so. then this guy will settle right in the middle, like so. And then we'll go to top view and align him properly. Like so. Okay. And that will likely just be a bunch of windows that we can use or whatever later on. Right? So now what we have is effectively this design. And this design will work just fine for what we're doing. It'll give us a half wall ability or a full wall ability or this is me thinking this through. Like, did I do this right? Maybe. Because I can turn off let's call this right. There we go. And you, we don't need, right? Because then we're looking at, we can have this, which is a full height windows. This is a half height windows. I don't think there's any reason why I would ever want it to be all solid surface all the way up. Which doesn't seem like something I'd need. That's why I'm giving this thought process of the building and design, because then we've also got just the deck, right? We can just do that. But with a half wall, you can have an open veranda. And you can close the veranda and then close it with just a wall of glass. And you'd want it sticking in just a little bit. Yeah, I can't think of anything where I would need the top wall piece, and wanting to minimize the amount of, yeah, that's what this is, the solid windows. So it's like this is windows all the way around. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay, this should be okay, I think. Mer. This is like visit number 3 for you. What's, you just feeling lonely? What's going on down there? You feeling lonely? Mr. Floofy Bottom? Nick on Boop Snoodle? Boop Snoodle. That was good. Okay. So and the stop process here is because I want to make sure that everything I do here has the same concept pieces. It is. It's cool. It's all right. He needs some attention every so often. he gives me a good solid break too. Like him coming up and getting scritches is a great way for me to get a break for just a minute or two. Especially since I kind of want to brew on this a little to make sure I don't need a full height wall. And I actually not 100% sure that I don't need a full height wall. I mean, for this particular building piece, that's all we're doing is this one building piece. So it's not like it's a big issue. Okay, let's look at the side view and make sure that we are the correct height of things, because we really should decide what our sizing is. So that all of these things will be correct when we make the bitmaps. One of the things we always have to remember to do is it's not real. You know that, right? I guess you don't care. One of the things that I have to always take care of is the bit mapping on this. It's going to be critically important that the bit mapping is accurate, because when I do these buildings, everything's going to have the same scaled lines. All the lines have to be the same, or else it looks weird. It looks like we did something strange. So all things need to be at the correct scale. So these are all going to be one-story pieces that we can stack, and it's okay. Full wall security area. I guess you're right. We could do that. Something to think about. So I will first edit this. Put it in naked mode, make sure that it goes all the way to the top of that line. You have to make sure that it's lined up to the top of this line. I don't know if I can make it precisely this line, but still close, you know? One of the mistakes that I commonly make with this is to not line these up so that the bitmaps line up properly. I can make a massive, like 7,000 or 10,000 pixels by 10,000 pixel bitmap. But if one floor takes up a third of the bitmap and the other 12 floors take up the remaining 2/3, what you end up with is one floor with these big, thick lines all around it, and then one floor with a whole bunch of really tiny, thin lines, because it'll judge it in a different way. So when I do this, I have learned the hard way to take all of these maps and make sure that they're all rendered from the same distance. So take the entire piece and move it back until it's X width of the screen, and then unwrap it so that it's all in the same ish scale. That's definitely become a problem child. That's not the right thing. So we're all gonna meet. And here, I see. We're gonna be all off by a lot. And I probably ought to decide if we're here or here. Be here. That way it's all lined up to the same spot. Like these aren't even remotely lined up to the same spot. It's like the rain's gonna pool back here, guys. See this? This is how you get a whole bunch of rain eating through your floorboards, guys. That's how you do that. That's how you get rain. Do you want ants? Because that's how you get ants. Boy, I am a messy builder today. All of these guys. Yeah, but I can just do that, and I probably get messed because they're probably still aligned to each other properly. There we go. Good enough for government work. Okay. The next thing is, I think that the deck of the floor should probably, if we are saying that this is 10 units, I don't even know, 10 feet? 10 feet, yeah. Each floor should be about 10 feet from the bottom to the top. That gives it an 8-foot interior space. That makes some sense, yeah? Because, I mean, this room here is 8 feet to its interior space. That makes some sense. Usually I use metric for things. However, I believe that in this instance, it makes sense for me to use feet because I've got 10. Shrug. All right. Now we're going to do, we've aligned that one correctly. Now we're going to go back into object mode and select just the wall and go back into edit mode because you will go off. And the halfway point
for this is 5 feet. So it's got to be to right there. Because it's halfway up, yeah. So let's make sure that this guy all lines up to the halfway point too. Because he's not. I don't know why we expected otherwise, but he's not. Okay, cool. I don't know what's going on the side here. All right, the half wall looks acceptable. Now we'll go back into object mode, select you, edit mode. The last piece is this big guy here. Now we're going to come back and do the half wall because it doesn't actually line up to this end. Me. Get all the way in here. I should put it down on its line like it's supposed to be. Object mode, we're past 11. Which is okay because I'm going out to lunch with Sarge, so I'm not meeting until 1 for that, which is fine. We're gonna talk about not so old times, but old times. So Sarge and I worked on 2 different fan films because he worked on the New Voyages team and I worked on the Farragut team. So, all right, folks, switching to main camera. I'm out of here. Man, my hair, look at my hair. It's awesome. Yeah. It is time for me to get a haircut. It is really way past time for me to get a haircut. I needed to get one a long time ago. However, I got a nail in my tire, and that was on that day. That was its job. That was what I was supposed to do. And so now I'm like, yep. Okay.
Well, guys, I'll see you all tonight. And as always, keep your eyes on the stars. Thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you all later. Bye.